So in the past few years, I have done several videos about how I like to put lights on my tree. I usually go with well over 1,000 lights on my tree, and I do a mixture of the built-in lights on the tree, some of the steady on lights, and then usually accent with some of the warm white LEDs that are called soft twinkles that I get from Christmas trees, etc. And I love them because they are not an obnoxious sparkle. They are very calming and relaxing, which is exactly what I want when I'm decorating my tree. I want to be able to sit down and just gaze into the tree and not feel like I'm at a rock concert. I just want that comfort, relaxation sensation to sweep over me. So we're in a kind of a pickle this year. This tree I brought with us across the country from Florida when we moved. The lights died on it, but it's still a great tree. You can tell it's got a lot of nice color, a lot of nice texture. And I thought, you know, it's narrower than the tree we had last year in this house in the dining room. And I thought, you know, this tree is speaking to me. It's got a lot of warm undertones. I obviously have some nice warm gold curtains up this year that are just making the whole room glow orangey, kind of that warm. It's just warm, right? And then over here, we have this beautiful tapestry that I put up that has the blues, the golds, the dark evergreens, some creams, that soft kind of champagne color. And I thought, why not just start our fall season off inspired by this tapestry, and then we'll transition back into that blue gold tree that we did a couple years ago, and we'll just try it in the new place. But the question remains, can we do that without buying any more lights? I don't know. So we're gonna figure out how many lights of our soft twinkle that we have in all of these boxes and bags here. We're gonna get them on the tree and see how many soft twinkle lights we have and if it can be a substantial enough impact to still make a beautiful tree, because there are no lights on this tree right now. It is bare and needs to be sparkled. So that's what we're going to try in today's video. Here's what the tree looks like with what I'm thinking is probably 100, maybe 150 just regular solid on lights. They're not the LEDs or anything, but you can tell that they are in the innermost part of the tree. I'm mostly just doing that for filler right now, so we have some on. And you'll notice that that last little section at the top of the tree, just the last section, does not have any of them, only because that area is a little tricky to begin with. But we're gonna have plenty of soft twinkle lights up there, and once we get all of the tree topper at large in there, we won't really even need the lights up there. So I don't want to waste them, because those are the only non-soft twinkle lights that have a steady on function, that are warm lights that I was going to use. The rest of all of this is variations of soft twinkles, except for obviously the butterflies. If you're curious about exactly how each layer looks, I have a video from a couple years ago that I showed exactly the lights every time I added a strand, what it looked like, and my recommendation. So I would check that video out if you're interested in a more detailed comparison of exactly how many lights go on a tree and make a difference and when it makes a difference. So I'll link that video down below, but for now, I'm going to try and get all of these lights on the tree. I just wanted to show you guys, this is what it looks like with 4 strands of the soft twinkle lights. We did cover the top, and there is also about 100, maybe 200 just regular warm lights in the very center of the tree. So it's a little hard to tell because it's obviously still the middle of the day, but there is some nice twinkle. But you can clearly tell I've been making sure this initial, about with 4 strands, or some, depending on what kind of strands you get, you're looking at somewhere between 50 and 70 lights per strand, so potentially up to 280 soft twinkle lights on here. And you can tell I've been really getting them deep inside the tree, so it looks like there's glow from the inside of the tree out. We'll go in with more lights and get the outside layers a little bit more, but for me it's always important to make sure the whole tree is illuminated, because that's how you add that depth and dimension and make it look a little extra. But 4 strands, the reason I'm pointing this out specifically is because that is the number, last time I checked, of recommended strands that Christmas lights, etc. recommend can be plugged in at once. So that means end to end 4 strands of the soft twinkle. So if you were curious about running these and not using an extension cord or something like that, or power strip, this is about potentially how many you could get. Now obviously you would spread them out a little bit more, but this is what about 4 strands looks like. And this is what 8 strands of Warm LED Soft Twinkle Lights looks like on about a 7.5 foot tree. We started from the center, started layering them further and further out until, as we see here, they're just delicately on the edges. There's a few spots that didn't quite get full coverage, but I'm not worried about it because we know that there is a lot of great decorations getting ready to get put on here. This 7.5 foot tree rounded out with 8 strands of soft twinkle warm white lights, about 150 regular good old-fashioned lights in the very center of the tree, 101 stems and floral picks, 20 yards of ribbon, and a very beautiful custom tree skirt I designed myself specifically for this tree. It's available in several different colors, but part of my new collection of Christmas decor available on my Etsy shop. Links down below. This tree absolutely looks amazing even at night when you can't see the decorations. The soft twinkle lights are once again my go-to lights for this very reason. This is in real time, relaxing, sparkles, twinkles without being obnoxious and over the top.